Hey, what's up guys, it's Darek here from Caliathletics. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you guys gonna smash your 2022 goals and resolutions. So guys, today we're gonna be talking about how can you start calisthenics, but one important thing is that this video is not dedicated only for beginners, because intermediates gonna find it useful as well. Today we're gonna be talking about a really useful and simple method of how can you train calisthenics in order to progress fast and how to move into this advanced calisthenics athlete. So guys, let's get it started. Alright guys, so just before we start talking about the exercises, sets, reps and everything, let's start off with what type of workout should you follow as a beginner. For beginners, I would definitely recommend starting with the full body workout. However, split is not a bad choice as well. Why full body workout? Simply because you're gonna perform the movements more frequently, and because of that, you're gonna improve your technique faster. And this is very important for beginners. You should always aim for improving your form until you master it. So the second benefit over that split routines is that you're gonna engage muscle groups of full body more frequently, so 3 or even 4 times in a week, compared to a split workout where you're gonna hit it once or maximum 2 times in a week. It's definitely worth starting with the full body routine that you're gonna perform obviously every second day. So let's say Monday is the workout, Tuesday is rest day, Wednesday workout, etc. If you're intermediate, it may be worth to split your workout so that you can accumulate the volume per each muscle group a bit easier than the full body workout, because otherwise the full body workouts may take like 3 hours, and obviously the last exercises may be not as effective simply because your central nervous system is tired from the previous sets. And now guys, a really useful tip that I love sharing with beginners that want to create their own first workout program. It's not that complicated. If you're a beginner, you're gonna have gains, beginner gains. So later on, if you get into advanced level or intermediate, it's worth to consider different types of programming. However, for beginners, we're gonna divide the exercises by the movement. So let's say we got the horizontal push, that are all types of push-ups and dips. We got the vertical push, which are the pike push-ups, handstand push-ups. And if you're a total beginner, it's worth to share that obviously you may be not able to perform the pike push-ups, so you can just start preparing yourself with the pike walks or simply with the wall walks. Then we got the horizontal pull with the Australian pull-ups, vertical pull, all types of pull-ups, chin-ups. It can be assisted, it can be negatives, isometrics, and then we got the core exercises and legs exercises. So as you can see, we're gonna choose 6 exercises for our workout routine. Alright guys, so let's talk about the horizontal push exercises, obviously the classic push-up. However, if you're not able to perform that, you can simply decrease its difficulty by performing the push-up incline. So put your hands on elevated surface and then simply perform the push-ups. You can also try to perform the push-up negatives if you're strong enough to control it all the way down, keeping your elbows close to your body, not letting it go outside, making sure that it's a full range of motion. Or you can even consider to perform the knee push-up. If you don't feel strong enough for that, simply perform incline push-ups. And then it's very important to progress week by week. So every second week you want to decrease the height or simply increase repetitions until after the few months or maybe weeks you can perform the normal push-up. If you're, however, let's say more intermediate or advanced into calisthenics, as the first exercise you're not gonna go for the push-ups, because obviously you can do like over 20 push-ups. Then you can consider to perform diamond push-ups, or even making it more difficult by doing the archery push-ups. Alright guys, now the vertical push exercises, which are going to be, let's say, pike push-ups. This exercise is kind of beginner or even intermediate stage, definitely not for a total beginners. So it's going to look like that. Make sure that your elbows are close to your body. If you want to engage your shoulders in a better way, you're gonna lean forward and then pushing backwards. If you don't feel strong enough for that, you can consider to perform the negatives. If the negatives are too difficult for you, you're gonna simply perform the push exercises, horizontal push exercises, and not including yet the pike push-ups. However, you can start to preparing yourself for the starting position by doing box elevated walks. So you start with the push-up position and then you go as close as you can. If you feel strong enough, you can even try to hold the position. More difficult variation of this is simply performing the wall walk. So it's going to look exactly the same. You're gonna come to the wall and then trying to walk up. You can start with this distance and then week by week getting closer and closer until you reach the full wall assisted handstand. Let's say your intermediate pike push-ups are too easy for you. You can do this elevated or even going for wall assisted handstand push-ups. Or even scaling it up by doing more difficult variations. So let's say we're gonna go for some sort of press from frog stand to bent arm handstand. Alright guys, let's cover now the horizontal pull exercises. It's really often neglected in your workout routine. It's important to keep the balance between the vertical pull, which are pull-ups, and horizontal pull, so all kind of rows. What I want to show you now is that calisthenics is basically for everyone. You can adjust difficulty by even the hardest exercise by simply performing it in an easier variation. So let's say you're gonna be intermediate. You can start with the tack or even frog front lever pull-ups, which are going to look more or less like this. Obviously, this exercise is really difficult. So we can scale it up by simply starting with elevated Australian pull-ups. So you put your feet on elevation, retract your scapulas, and pull up. This is already an intermediate exercise. If you're a beginner, you can simply perform it with your feet on the ground, like this. If this is too difficult for you, you can simply bend your legs to adjust that. So as you can see guys, you can find an easier variation for each exercise. And if you look at these guys doing really incredible feats, think that they always started at the same point. We all started there. So just make sure to master the basics, and then once you feel it's mastered, don't stick to that too long. Just make sure that you want to progress, that you want to try different exercises and make it more difficult each workout. Let's go for the vertical pull. Alright guys, so now the vertical pull exercises, so basically basics of calisthenics, pull-ups, chin-ups, commando pull-ups, basically everything. But what happens if you cannot do pull-ups? We're gonna strengthen yourself with some isometrics, negatives, or even the assisted pull-ups. You're gonna simply find the exercise that is difficult for you, but still able to perform in a perfect form. So let's say we're gonna start with the isometric holds. I'm going to decrease the height of the bar and show you how to perform that. Alright guys, so now the first exercise, we're simply gonna hold our chin over the bar for as long as we can, and we can use whether it's a chin up or the pull-up grip. Pull-up grip is going to be probably a bit more difficult for you, but I'm worth mixing it too. So let's start with the chin up. Make sure that your scapulas are not protracted, so your back is not rounded. Keep it retracted and simply hold the position. If you feel strong enough, you can even consider to start lowering yourself in a controlled way all the way down. You may think like, okay, but I want to do pull-ups, so it's not even getting me closer to this exercise because I'm not pulling. No, it's not true. If you're performing the negatives, you're strengthening yourself. So make sure to include this exercise. If you perform it in a way that it's really demanding for you, you're definitely going to see the progress. So let's say you can do 1 repetition, it was not demanding. So as a 1 set, you're gonna perform, let's say 4 or 5 negatives until you feel that you're losing the control, over controlling that. Then it's a time to give yourself some rest and then hit the next sets. Alright guys, and now the third exercise for beginners in order to master the chin-ups or pull-ups, and it's simply performing this assisted. You can use the box or you can use the chair, but why am I showing you 3 different exercises if I said at the beginning that you're gonna choose only 1? Simply because you're probably gonna create 2 or even 3 routines to follow in a week. So let's say in routine A, you're gonna choose the isometrics. In routine B, you're gonna choose the negatives. In routine C, you're gonna choose the box assisted pull-ups. So, simply start with the elbows fully extended and then pull yourself using as much of the arms power as you can. If you're a total beginner, you're gonna support yourself a lot with your feet. If you're a bit more advanced, you're gonna use this just as a little of support. And with this exercise, you can aim for, let's say, around 5 repetitions and 4 sets. So in order to be providing the hypertrophy, but at the same time, focusing a bit more on the strength rather than performing like 15 repetitions, we're gonna get this first repetition of the pull-up, and this is the goal. So this is why we don't aim for super easy variation with a lot of reps, make it difficult. And guys, one more exercise. I just remind myself of this great movement, which I absolutely love sharing with beginners. It's something between in the difficulty of the Australian pull-up and the pull-up, and it's still vertical pull. So I just have to show you this. It's usually performed by me on the rings and on the box. Here I don't have the rings. We're gonna use the low bar and then supporting my feet on the chair. So you go in some sort of L-hang position, and then maintaining this degree, you're gonna pull yourself. It's important not to rise your hips too high, like in Australian pull-ups. You want to make this movement vertical. And if you can already do pull-ups, you're gonna simply go for this movement. There are a lot of ways to progress with that. You can start with the chin-ups, that is probably one of the easiest variation in the vertical pull movement. Then you're gonna go for the pull-ups. You can mix this both, going then for the wide pull-ups, archery pull-ups, and so on. Let's show you this. So the first variation, making sure elbows are locked, scapulas are retracted. Then, let's say on the routine B, you're gonna go for the pull-ups instead. If you feel strong enough for the routine C, you can go for the wide pull-ups. What's important for you as a beginner? Definitely getting progressive overload. So this means you want to get more volume each week. You can achieve that by simply increasing your repetitions if you master the form, because if you don't have perfect form yet, it's important to firstly master the form and then start increasing your repetitions. We just covered the push and pull exercises. Let's go now for the core. As a core and a beginners, a hollow body is a must be. You can whether perform hollow body or plank. It's important for you to understand how to activate the muscles that are responsible for playing with your pelvis. So let's say this is anterior pelvis tilt, which is going to be avoided by you in most of the calisthenics exercises. And this is posterior pelvic tilt, which we're gonna aim for, or simply maintaining the neutral spine of your lower back. So let's start with the full form of the hollow body. First of all, I'm going to explain you the proper technique. So you're going to lay on the ground. Notice that my lower back is attached now to the ground all the time, and this is the most important thing. If you feel like your lower back is getting off the ground, it means you have to choose easier variation of this exercise. So I'm activating my core muscles, activating my glutes by squeezing my ankles together and activating my legs.
I pull a little bit my scapula off the ground while having my hands behind the head like this. I'm focusing on contracting my glutes, contracting my abs. If you can't perform yet the full hollow body, you're gonna start with 90-degree angle, hands close to your body and holding the position. If you feel after some weeks this exercise is too easy for you, you can extend your legs holding it like this. If you feel safe enough, week by week, you decrease the height of your legs while still maintaining the lower back. If you do it too fast, if you try to progress too fast, it probably is going to happen that you hold this position but your lower back is off the ground. This is what you want to avoid. Once you master this position, you can play with your hands until you reach the full form.
So this is the hollow body explained in just like 1 or 2 minutes. And then we got also the plank. Here we also want to aim for whether it's posterior pelvic tilt or maintaining the neutral position of your spine. If you want to engage your serratus anterior a bit more, you can round your back and protract your scapulas. So guys, these were the basic core exercises for beginners. I believe it's worth to focus only on these 2 movements at the beginning. Later on, if you get more advanced, you can start implementing some additional exercises such as the side planks that can be performed on the straight arm, or for beginners, the forearm. You can play with that, making it more difficult, and also then consider to start implementing the leg rises and some dragonflies. There are a lot of core exercises. You can find this on my YouTube channel. And let's move now to the leg workout. Alright guys, and let's cover now the leg exercises. Let's start with the very basic one, so that is a squat, which is easy to perform but not easy to learn the right technique. So first of all, you want to make sure that you master the form. Really common mistakes are your feet caving in, then your knees caving in, butt weak, so that is some sort of rounded back position. You want to perform the squats in a straight line, reaching at least 90-degree angle. Once you master that, you can consider to perform the reverse lunges, Bulgarian split squats. But before we go for that, I wanted to also point out that it's very important for you to be mobile enough for performing the squats, because if you miss the ankle mobility, if you miss the hips mobility, it may be not even possible for you to perform the right form of the squat. For that, check out our stretching and mobility program introduced by me and Mattia Sampaoli, that is 10 years experience certified coach. He explained everything in how to improve your mobility for the shoulders, hips, and basically overall the lower body. So make sure to check it out in the Elite Body Transformation package on my website. So once you master the normal squats, you can consider to increase its difficulty by doing the reverse lunges, and then even Bulgarian squats, which are a really good exercise if you want to feel in the right way your glutes, quads, and it's also obviously engaging your hamstrings, so you're covering the whole lower body despite calf raises, which I'll also recommend it to perform in your workout routine. So for the legs, you can obviously add 2 exercises simply because you don't want to only cover this part, you also want to cover your calves. And now a very important thing is that if you care about the hypertrophy, so the muscle growth, if you care about strong legs, I would definitely recommend you to add weights. So at some point, squats or even Bulgarian squats are going to be too easy for you, so then it's important to get this progressive overload by using additional weight. Or if you don't aim for the hypertrophy for the strong legs, you can consider to work on your explosiveness. So then you can simply go for explosive squats. Just make sure that you firstly master the form so that your feet and knees are not collapsing on the side, and then you're gonna go explosively. Alright guys, this video is way longer than I expected, but I believe this is going to be really beneficial for you. So let me know in the comments if you like that a bit longer content. And now let's talk about sets and repetitions. When it comes to the sets, I would recommend starting with 4 sets per each exercise. So you're gonna have 6 exercises in your routine. You're gonna create 2 up to 3 workout routines that you're going to perform every second day, maintaining this 48 hours of rest for your body in between, so to fully regenerate. And then you're gonna simply focus on getting more repetitions week by week, or the other progression is by moving into a bit more difficult variation of the exercise. So as I told you before, when doing, let's say, push-ups, first of all doing it inclined, then you're gonna decrease the height while maintaining the same reps week by week until you can perform the push-ups on the ground. So this is a very useful progression for the beginners. So guys, now a quick summary for this video. I would recommend you starting with the full body workout routines that you're going to perform 3 up to 4 times in a week every second day. For each routine, you're going to choose 1 exercise per each movement, so that is the horizontal push, vertical push, horizontal pull, vertical pull, legs and core. You can consider to include 2 exercises for the legs, so the calf raises and the other one squat or its variation, so to cover the whole lower body. And then after that, you're going to focus on getting more week by week. So let's say you got 3 body weight routines, you're going to perform this for 4 up to 6 weeks. It's very important for you to follow the same routines and focus on getting more reps. So I would definitely recommend you writing it down so that you can track it and get progress week by week. When talking about the workout program, after performing this 4 to 6 weeks, you're gonna proceed with the deload and start with the new workout program. I would definitely recommend you checking my Elite Body Transformation package. It's the whole course idea with the programming, over 70 bodyweight routines, getting you step by step from a total beginner to really advanced calisthenics athlete, with my explanation, with the proper form of the exercises, with the skills guides, with the nutrition guide, and 4 additional programs that you can get once you add this program to the checkout. So just make sure to check it out. I would definitely recommend you this tool because it's based on my experience, actually 5-year experience as a coach, and also based on my body transformation. So guys, just make sure to get this program. You can save now 30% off. All prices are discounted on my website, so check it somewhere in here. And I wish you all the best for this new year. Smash your goals and let me know about your progress. Looking forward to your comments, and see you in the next video. Peace.